So it's been almost a year since I've played Gran Turismo 7 regularly, and I thought this would be a good time to come back with a new handling update. And here we are at Kyoto Yamagiwa circuit. And starting on pole position in this race, I did a few laps. I managed to get down to a 33.3, I think it was, on soft tyres. So after playing for about 6 or 7 hours, I was able to get back to more or less where my regular pace was before. I think the pace is a little bit slower because of the BOP changes since I last played it regularly, and of course with the handling model change as well, that requires a little bit of earlier braking, getting your braking done before the corner, and a bit less aggressive on trail braking. So that's been a little adjustment to get used to, and although this Volkswagen Beetle I'm using here has been nerfed in terms of overall performance, I still like using it around the circuit. It used to be one of the metas at one point. It certainly isn't anymore, but I still like the fact that it doesn't have much understeer. It works very well in the long corners, and this hairpin right here, where it doesn't have much understeer and gets good out of corner acceleration. Even if the traction is somewhat limited and has to be managed with throttle control. So you can see how I didn't get a very good exit out of that last corner. Deluxe is right on me there. I think my entry into that corner was a little bit late and it compromised my exit speed. So Deluxe is right on my tail now. Coming down to the home straight, and he's definitely going to head the slipstream. I watched this replay from multiple angles when recording, or just before recording rather, and I saw that even without the slipstream, I think it's the RCF that he's using, is about 6 kilometers an hour straight line speed advantage, and obviously behind in the slipstream up to about 10 or 11 kilometers an hour advantage. So he was gaining quite a lot in the straights. I'm not sure how it handles because I've not actually used the RCF before, but you can see he's right on my tail and I'm having to keep a tight line here. Normally I'd like to go a little bit wider to get a better exit, but it can be easy to be overtaken on the inside in that corner. So coming down, he's right alongside me, and I have to go very, very defensive and braking later into that corner, park it on the apex. He has better exit speed and just slightly taps me in the back there. I think he had a bit of extra speed coming in from the normal wide line, but I had nowhere to use it as I just parked it on the apex and made sure that he couldn't overtake there. As I come out the hairpin, and it seems like I've got a bit of a distance now, so just to make sure that we take all the right lines, brake at the right points, and get this corner better. And you can see how I ride the curb on the inside this time, and get a better exit speed. And you can see that Deluxe is not really caught up. In fact, I may have pulled out a little bit of the margin there. So coming out of this last corner, a little bit deceptive that corner because it appears quite wide, but if you're too aggressive with acceleration, it's very easy to run wide there. Into this first corner, I quite like this first corner. There's a little bit of camber that helps you throughout the corner. I like to hug the inside curb that kind of rotates the car around a little bit. I think there was one point where hugging onto that inside curb saved quite a lot of time, and your car could literally ride it on rails without sliding. I think they got rid of that effect, but it still remains there a little bit, and on this corner as well. So I slide a bit there, but that allows the car to rotate a little bit and actually get relatively good exit speed out of that corner there. Another corner is very easy to run wide on, and yeah, actually 10th up on my lap 2 time. Getting into the chicane there, I turned in a little bit late there, but it seems like Deluxe has also not taken that corner as optimally as he would have liked probably, and so the gap remains as it is. Coming into the hairpin now, slightly trail braking into it. So trail braking is still a thing, it's still definitely possible. People say it is. Some people said that you can't really do trail braking. You definitely can, it's just you can't be as aggressive with it anymore. So coming out of that corner there, it's a bit difficult because the corners don't have names on these fictional tracks as far as I know, so it's always nice to be able to refer to a corner by its name and make things a lot less confusing. I don't know the numbers of the corners on this course, so just bear with me on that one. Coming through, and it's a 33.7, so about 4 tenths off my best lap time. and you can see D-Locks in the mirror still relatively small. He's not caught up yet, so I think everyone at that pace, I think we're fairly even. I don't think I gained maybe a slight amount, but I think he's gained on me. He gained on me a little in the second lap, so fairly even. So basically it means that both of us have to drive and not make any kind of minor errors, because even any minor error will decrease the gap by, or for me it would decrease the gap by a couple of tenths or half a second, and that'll bring him into the slipstream. If he also makes a mistake, then it's going to bring him out of the slipstream zone. So we're coming into this chicane here, yeah, and you can see I take a better line this time, get it tucked into the corner, and shift up on the exits to make sure the car doesn't slide over the curbs. This car, along with a lot of other MR cars, does tend to be a little unstable on the curbs. As I slide a little bit out of that corner, that compromised my line, and I really thought I was going to slide it off there. I just thought I'd keep it in a straight line, don't turn it on the grass, as that will just send me spinning. But it's cost me a little bit of time as D-Locks is closed up there. So as you can see, just as I mentioned, commentator's curse, but I ran wide a little bit at that hairpin, and you can see that it lost me a bit of time. Luckily it meant I didn't spin. I just kept it in a straight line on that grass and accelerated out. So luckily I was half on the curb, half on the grass, so it didn't cause me to spin out there. But you can see it's actually 9 there, only 2 tenths off, I think, because on the third lap my chicane wasn't that good, on the fourth lap it was better, but then I ran wide at the hairpin. So both laps have had a few errors in there, and the result of that is that D-Locks is closed right up now. He's right in the slipstream zone. So that car has better straight line speed and is in the slipstream. So you can see he's coming right up to me, and I have to go defensive into this corner. And I'm going to keep it tight. You see he actually just draws ahead there a little bit, but it's very hard to go around the outside of that corner unless the person on the inside is quite a bit slower. And he's coming at me again, so I'm having to go very defensive. He's probably going to come right alongside me. Yep, you can see he's there. He's actually ahead of me, but I brake a bit late, so this car has very good brakes. Go into the corner, and you can see he has a better exit speed because he comes in from the wider angle, but he has nowhere to use it because I've parked it on the chicane. I'm not going to move to any other point of the track there, and so that actually gives me a little bit of breathing space. He comes into the hairpin relatively aggressively, but I was going to say I was going to get a better exit speed, but it seems like he's followed me right through there very well. I'm having to take this corner in a little bit of a tighter line, make sure I hug the inside curb, do that okay. Very easy to make a mistake at that corner. I'm coming to the last corner of the last lap. I'm not sure, should I take a wide line? I decided to go defensive there. I thought he might try last minute lunge, and you can see I'm trying to block the exit, but he's right alongside, so I'm just going to have to leave the space, and it's a drag race right to the line. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the position, but just hold on by 0.003 of a second, and you won't see much closer racing than that.